what we're learning right now, there is heavy police deployment outside the Chennai PFI office as we speak at the moment after PFI announced a press briefing. In fact, what we learned right now is that security has been beefed up outside the PFI office in Chennai. My colleague Pramod Madhav is now joining me live from Chennai on this. Pramod, give us more details about the police presence which is outside the PFI office in Chennai. Is the police anticipating any sort of law and order situation on the ground?
In fact, this is the entry to PFI's headquarters. It has been barricaded. Nobody can enter. And what happened this morning is that after the announcement of PFI ban by an extraordinary circular for 5 years, PFI earlier decided to provide, hold a press conference, but that was cancelled because right now we are coming to know from the police that as this organization has been banned, they are not allowed to enter this building, and that's why there's been so much police protection at this spot, and they are not allowed to conduct any kind of activity over here. Even PFI officials were not aware of it, and now they claim that they would provide a statement first and next would go ahead with a course of action. But currently, no one is allowed inside this building over here, and that's why we have police protection. It's also to make sure that there is no any kind of unlawful activity that could happen over here.
Okay, Pramod Madhav there, of course, reporting from outside the Chennai PFI office. The police over there taking no chances, especially after the ban that the central government has announced on the PFI. My colleague Gaurav Sawant is still live with us. Gaurav, we earlier heard a small reaction which was coming in from the SDPI, what is said to be the political wing of the PFI, saying we have no association with the PFI, though this is a crackdown on dissent. We do not associate with the PFI. Why hasn't the centre cracked down on the SDPI as well, Gaurav?
So far what the government is doing is, wherever they've been able to gather evidence of the involvement of this radical Islamist organization, the PFI, in fomenting trouble in India, whether it was Uttar Pradesh riots in 2019-2020, Delhi riots in 2020 as part of anti-CAA protests, riots that took place as as reported extensively, the DJ Halli riots that had taken place in Karnataka, the violence and instances that had taken place in Kerala. Remember, the call to ban this organization didn't just come, as they say, this is an effort against dissent by the BJP government. When we were tracking this story, the call for ban came from the Jharkhand government. It is the Kerala government which had also gone against the PFI, saying they're involved in over 27 political murders, 215 other instances of communal of creating communal affray and similar activities. So whether it's a BJP government or a non-BJP government, several state governments had expressed their deep concern about the radical Islamist activities of the Popular Front of India and some of its affiliates. The action against 8 organizations for 5 years is an attempt by the government to ensure that they're able to nip it and it's not in the bud, because this organization has been there since 2006. And radicalizing a section of the youth, that encouraging them to go to Afghanistan and Syria to fight for the Daesh or the Islamic State. Of course, PFI says, where is the direct link? Where is it that you can associate our cadre either with the chopping of hands of Professor T.J. Joseph in 2010 or the 21 convictions that had taken place in 2015 in Kerala and other instances across the country? And this is where the government will face a huge challenge in courts of law, because while they've taken administrative action, this administrative action will have to pass through judicial scrutiny. As in the case of Siddique Kappan, a journalist who was on his way to Hathras. Again, the Uttar Pradesh government's point of view is Siddique Kappan was going there because the aim of the PFI is also to get the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes to take on the upper caste and have caste violence in India along with communal violence in India. All of this needs to be proven with evidence in courts of law, Polemy, and that is where the government will face its first big challenge.